Morning everyone. Dear students, in the previous video we discussed about the BPSK signal and also how to construct a signal space or constellation diagram for BPSK signal, right? So where we understand how to locate the two message points corresponding to the signals S1 of t and S2 of t for binary symbol 1 and 0s, right? So in the today's video, we'll discuss how to generate and detect the BPSK signal, right? And for that, here we have a block diagram, that is BPSK transmitter, and a binary data sequence is given to the first block, that is polar NRZ level encoder, which encodes the symbols ones and zeros of binary data sequence into a waveform, a rectangular waveform or pulse waveform of amplitude plus square root of EB and minus square root of EB respectively, right? So this square root of EB, which is corresponds to binary data 1, and minus square root of EB corresponds to binary data 0, right? So once the encoding is done, that encoded waveform is given to the second block, which is product modulator, where it is supplied with a unit energy basis function pi1 of t is equal to square root of 2 divided by tb cos 2 pi fct. And at the output of this product modulator, so you will get two different pair of signals for BPSK signal. They are nothing but S1 of t and S2 of t. Both they are differ in 180-degree phase shift, right? And what is that S1 of t? How to get that S1 of t? S1 of t is obtained by multiplying the amplitude level for binary symbol 1, that is square root of EB, that is multiplied with this pi1 of t. So S1 of t is equal to square root of EB into pi1 of t, and S2 of t, which is having 180-degree phase shift, that is minus square root of EB for symbol 0, that is multiplied with the same basis function pi1 of t. And these two equations we studied in the previous video, that is S1 of t is equal to square root of EB pi1 of t, and S2 of t is equal to minus square root of EB into pi1 of t, so that we can conclude both S1 of t and S2 of t, they are antipodal signals because there is only change in the sign, that is minus. So the product modulator, which multiplies the output of encoder by the basis function pi1 of t, and which acts as a carrier of BPSK, right? And coming to the detection part, so here we have this detection is done in the receiver side and coherent BPSK receiver, right? So you have to look into the coherent receiver. What is coherent detection and non-coherent detection, right? So coherent receiver means both transmitter and receiver has to be synchronized with respect to the carrier signal. What is that carrier signal? So that carrier signal is nothing but what? Pi1 of t, that is the unit energy basis function. So whatever the basis function is used in the transmitter, the same basis function has to be used in the receiver side. So here you can see at the input of the receiver, we have the received signal x of t. This x of t has to be correlated with this pi1 of t, right? So one second. So this pi1 of t, right? So this x of t you have to correlate with pi1 of t with the help of correlator. So it is basically a product integrator. And the output of correlator, it always gives a random variable, right? So x1, right? And this x1 is fed to decision device where we have threshold is equal to 0. Threshold is equal to 0. What this decision device does, it just compares the output of the correlator, which is a random variable x1, as some constant value. If this threshold value, that is 0, exceeds x1, then the decision device will make a decision in favor of symbol 1, and if this threshold does not exceeds x1, means If x1 is less than 0, then decision device will make a decision in favor of symbol 0. So this is how we estimate the binary ones and zeros at the output of receiver based on the output of correlator as well as threshold is equal to 0. Why this threshold is made 0? Because we assumed the probability of the transmitted ones and zeros are equiprobable, that is p1 is equal to p2. So both symbol 1 and zeros are transmitted with equal probability, right? So same thing is explained here, that is correlator, which correlates the received signal with the basis function pi1 of t bit by bit basis, and then the decision device will compare the correlator output against the zero threshold. If the threshold is exceeded, that is, if x1 output of the correlator x1 is greater than 0, then a decision is made in favor of symbol 1. If not, the decision is made in favor of symbol 0. So this is how we detect the binary ones and zeros at the output of coherent BPSK receiver, right? So in the next video, we will discuss the very important concept, that is error probability of coherent BPSK receiver.